1998 was the very first class I taught. And I had come freshly minted from a business school, and I taught it like a business school professor would do. Have idea, write business plan, raise money, exit. Guess what? Doesn't work. Doesn't work that way. And you know, the real magic of Aalto actually is design. Not science, not the business school, the design school. And not designing things, but the process of design. And this is where the great value of what you mentioned, product development program, IDBM, these challenge-based experiences where students are given some freedom and in some cases, a rather limited specific brief to say, go solve it in a new way. And I'm taking that process of design and just baking it into every course that I do now. Because this is something, as an entrepreneur, you don't get a brief. You never get a complete brief. And this is what drives particularly people who are very comfortable with analytical, well-defined briefs. They're probably not the best people comfortable enough to do what an entrepreneur is required to do, which is to make sense out of noise, to actually leap when you don't have all the information in hand, and a courage to even try where you don't even know where the destination is going to be. And we need to, I think you don't teach this stuff, you experience it. Because I'm asked this question a lot. Can you actually teach people to be an entrepreneur? No. Can they experience what it might be like to be an entrepreneur? Yes. What are we going to try and do with AVP is, I think, inculcate everybody in the school into the power of design thinking into this process. This is the most interesting, high-impact area in entrepreneurship education, is the intersection between design and entrepreneurship. So all my work, and I'm now busy being called, going around the world to teach people. January, I'm going to be teaching in Chile, and they are interested deeply in this intersection. And designers have this highly, how would I put this? A highly intuitive, passion-driven expertise. And the way that designers get educated is the way that entrepreneurs, in my mind, should be educated. You follow something that you're deeply passionate about. You develop a deep knowledge base about it. You propose experiments. You work with other people. And then you actually put yourself into situations where you get surprise insights which help guide your development path. It doesn't sound like what you find in an engineering school or a business school. It's commonplace in a design school. And in our design knitting here in AVP, this is exactly the philosophy we're following. And that will make us a world beater. The market is telling me that this is the way they behave. And I have to say, I'm not a trained designer. So I personally believe, as a business analytical guy, who's basically now self-taught in design, that you can actually experience this and develop a very acute expertise doing it. And it's fun. It's exactly the way successful entrepreneurs behave. They probe, they have an open mind, they ask lots of people, they put up with a lot of criticism, and they put themselves at risk. And the biggest risk to take is one of your reputation, because we tend to think that people like to hear how good they are, and that they don't like when people come and say, well, ooh, not a very good idea. Ooh, I don't think you're the right person to do this, or it's the right time. Ooh, you don't know enough about it. That's part of the experience of being an entrepreneur, is to put up with that criticism and find a path forward. So this is what we're trying to do in the program. And I think Aalto having a world-class design school, understated, is a huge advantage. And the fact we're not doing this in the business school is a huge advantage. Because I think the logic that most universities around the world use is misplaced. We're trying to do an intuitive phenomena with a highly analytic process. I'm saying if you're going to do something intuitive, starting anything, for-profit business, big business, small business, family business, that starts with your intuition. And you're following your intuition. And yet we don't somehow teach or give students experiences in how to get in touch with your own intuition. And that's the key challenge I spend most of my time on. And it's fun. It's a great deal of fun.